What is up, my friends? We are back. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I'm pleased to have you with us. Today, we are doing something that we did once before in a slightly different way. I like to call this blueberry mango combo. When you take blueberries, you mix them together with mangoes, this is what you get. But before we talk about the deck list, let me just say, if you have not done so already, I greatly appreciate each and every viewer's support. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button as of yet, it means a lot to me. That's what matters the most when it comes to YouTube. So please hit that subscribe button. Moving on to the deck list. We are changing things up from the last time we ran Winota in Modern. Last time we ran a list that was more of a, it was heavier into green, not as heavy into red. Today we're moving more in the direction of red, replacing some of our weaker cards like Young Wolf with cards like Ragavan, Nimble, Pilferer. The reason we're doing this is because I wanted to kind of just raise the overall power level of the deck if we didn't have a Winota in play, and just have some cards that could possibly generate free wins if we weren't able to assemble the blueberry and the mango. I've also included Goblin Rabblemaster in the deck. It's a card that plays well with Winota, and it also, once again, if it goes unchecked, top deck it in the late game, it can just run over your opponent really quickly. So we're making some subtle changes. The goal is still to get Winota in play with some non-human creatures, and then trigger Winota a couple of times, get some Geist Iron Monks or some Tovolar's Huntmasters into play, and then just beat down. Sideboard of this deck, nothing too fancy. A lot of the usual suspects you see when running green, red, and white. We have Burnton, Forged Tenders to protect our creatures from Fury, Solitude to take out opposing creatures, Magus of the Moon to lock down our opponent's game plan, and I've included some Lightning Bolts in the sideboard. I know it's a little out of place given the fact that this is a creature deck, but I found that when testing this list, I wanted to have a little bit of spot removal to deal with opposing threats. So we've got 2 Lightning Bolts in the sideboard. We're going to run Blueberry Mango combo through a league and see how it performs for the second time. Let's get to it. Come join me. All right, we are jumping in. Match 1 of our Modern League. We are playing against Sly Daniel 7787. We are on the play, Blueberry Mango combo. Let's go. Opening 7, I think this is acceptable. We're going to keep it. Let's see what Sly Daniel is up to, and if they can handle this heat. We're going to be taking a bit of damage off of our lands this game, just so we can acquire double green, white, and red. So we'll start by fetching Temple Garden, play out our Hierarch, and pass the turn. If our Hierarch survives, we can potentially fetch just basic Mountain. Okay, so our opponent looks like they're playing Tron. Not the end of the world here. I think our best draw from here is probably a Ragavan into a land. Pyro. Pyro is actually not terrible either. It's actually really good. We'll take some more damage. I'm going to get a Stomping Ground. I think we're going to discard a Winota and a Voice of Resurgence. And we drew into Double Bird. Okay, we really need to hit, we really want to hit a land on our next turn. We could potentially just win next turn here. So our opponent kind of sees what we're doing. Double Urza's Mine, not great. Walking Ballista, sure. Let's see if they hit down our Ignoble, trying to keep us off of Winota. It seems they are. Alright, so another Pyromancer, not going to give us the kill this turn, but we will have Winota next turn unless they can just wipe our board. So we'll swing for 4, pass the turn. Depending on what they do, we could potentially have 3 triggers off of Winota next turn. They got a Power Plant, sure, into another map. Okay, so I think we should have lethal this turn as long as our Winota isn't terrible. And we drew another land here. So this is actually really nice. So what we're going to do, we'll start with a fetch, get a forest, just make sure I have another Winota in the deck. I should. Dump our Pyromancer, get Winota, and we're going to swing. So we're going to look at 24 cards here. 4 triggers. We'll put the Huntmaster. Yes. We'll put the Geist. That's just going to be lethal right there. This is pretty crazy. Another Geist. This is pretty ridiculous. And another Geist. How was that? Okay. Yes. Oh, they didn't let us tally the damage. That's unfortunate. 34, 51, 58, 59, 60 damage. 60 damage, not bad. Okay, game two. Game two. We're gonna bring in a Force of Vigor, Magus of the Moon, I think a Liberator. Do we want a second Force of Vigor? That is the question. There's also consideration for Lightning Bolt just to like deal a little extra damage. Probably not good enough though. I think we'll probably just go with this, and then terms of cards we're shaving. Our 1-drops seem good, our 3-drops seem fine. Maybe like -1 Evo. Maybe we don't need all this stuff. Maybe it's just like Magus and Force of Vigor. Maybe 1 Liberator, so maybe we shave a Voice of Resurgence. Maybe it's an Innkeeper. Minus an Innkeeper, -2 Voice of Resurgence. I kind of want the voices for like the Evos, so maybe we cut 1 Evo and just go with this. Let's see. Alright, Sly Daniel. Opening 7's a little slow. We don't have a Winota, but I do like the Liberator. Turn 2 Pyromancer isn't terrible. They keep a 7-card hand. We'll keep this. See what Daniel's up to. Oh, okay, so they're Eldrazi Tron. Good to know. We drew basic. We're just going to lead Bird past the turn. See if they're able to kill our Bird here. Chalice on 1. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. We don't really care too much about that. So I think from here we're going to go Stomping Ground, and we'll get out our Seasoned Pyromancer. I'm going to discard the Bird, and probably Windswept Heath, I think. Yeah, I think our mana is pretty good. Okay, Force of Vigor, not terrible. Now from here, if we just draw into a Winota, we're pretty golden. Okay, so they could potentially have a Reality Smasher. This looks like a Thought-Knot Seer, sure. No big deal here. Okay, and they take the Voice of Resurgence. Reasonable. Move back to our turn. Okay, I'm going to play out the Canopy. We're probably going to use it to draw a card. I'll play out the Liberator, and we'll pass the turn back. No attacks here. Opponent has 5 cards in hand. They're approaching Tron mana here. No attacks from our opponent. We're cool with that. We're going to draw a card here end of turn. Okay, we draw into a Rabble Master. Rabble into a Winota. Winota, pretty good. So this is a Werewolf. Okay, so we'll trigger Winota. There'll be 2 triggers on Winota, as long as they let us move to combat. It's going to be a Dismember, I guess. Okay, Dismember. Sure. Okay, we'll just let that happen. See if our opponent assembles Tron. They do not. They do have lots of mana, but nothing to really do with it. Okay, we draw into a Geist. Opponent has 3 cards in hand, so I can go. I think I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna play out the Rabble Master here. I suppose I could attack with the team, deal them 4, put them down to 12. Then we'd lose our Trap Breaker. I wonder if that's worth it. Or I can just attack with these guys, deal them 2. I think we'll just wait another turn. Opponent has 3 cards in hand. Scavenger Grounds to exile our graveyard. Walking Ballista for 2, sure. Kind of imagine they have another Dismember in their hand. That's what I'm guessing. From here, I think we're gonna go get a Sacred Foundry, I think. All right, we drew another land. Okay, so what I can do is I can start by casting Force of Vigor. I wonder if that's even necessary. I don't think it is. So I think I'm actually going to lead with the Geist here. I'm just going to start attacking. And I'll leave the Rabble Master back, I think. And we'll kill this Ballista before blockers. They hit my Rabble Master, sure. Hit my Rabble Master again, sure. Okay, block here. Sacrifice, I'll dump this Chalice. And they'll take a hit for 6, down to 10. We'll play out a Temple Garden and pass the turn. Okay, Matter Over Shaper is fine. Mind Stone, sure, they'll draw a card off of that. Okay, another Geist. So what does this do here? We can swing for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can dump down the Mind Stone and then swing for 6. The reason I would dump down the Mind Stone is because I can't use the Scavenger Grounds if I do that. They'll go down to 6, and then I'll have potentially lethal next turn. I might be rushing things here, but I feel like inevitability favors them. They do play Ugin in their deck, so I think we just want to get in there. I wonder if I leave these two back. We'll swing like this. Swing for 6. Imagine they block, take 2, and then we'll have 2 3/2s in play. So they drew into a power plant, which is fine. Pyromancer's in our graveyard. We can bring that back, though. As long as they don't activate the scavenger grounds now, which it seems like they're not, which is pretty good for us. Okay, here they are. Yeah, that makes sense. They have 2 cards in hand. Okay, we drew into another Rabble Master, so we're just gonna bring the beats. Warping Whale, one of our Geist, sure. So they'll take a hit for 3 here. They'll go down to 5. They have 1 card in hand. If they don't draw another creature next turn, they'll be forced to chump block with this Thought-Knot Seer. Another Urza's Mine. A lot of lands. A lot of lands, not a lot else. Move to combat. Swing with the team. So then they have to block this, because it's lethal. So we're down to 1, and we'll draw a card. Okay, we drew into a Monk. I think I just saved that, maybe? So if they have something like a Ballista, there's 8, 11, 14, so that would be able to knock down 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we'll just save this Monk. Make them answer the board here. It's an Ulamog, still not good enough. Okay, this is a Ballista. Wow. Okay. Kind of funny. So if they get to untap with this, we'll just lose. I think we just lose. I don't think we can really beat that. Yeah, maybe I should have cast out the Geist. Probably a mistake, I guess, huh? Okay. Second main. We cast out the Geist. 4 mana, 8 mana. So I can put 3 more counters on this thing. I'm going to play out another bird just to pump our Geist further. So they can go back up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Basilisk's Collar. Yes, they'll be able to wipe our board from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go up to 7. Yeah, I think this is probably game over. I think both of our ways to remove artifacts are gone at this point. Alright, Winota. 1, 2. So unfortunately, yeah, I'm just going to scoop up from here. We're not winning this one. Okay, game 3. I think I threw that one away. Let's bring in another Force. Now that we know what they're doing, we'll bring in a Force of Vigor. Okay. And I think we'll shave a Rabble Master and a Geist. Yeah, we'll go with this. Alright, game 3. Alright, I like this. We'll keep it. Opponent mulligans to 6. And keep a 6-card hand. Okay, we're going to lead Yavimaya into Bird. Feels like a, okay, map, sure. Not a big deal there. Okay, we drew another Winota. So we will be discarding that. I'm going to get my Sacred Foundry. Red, 1. Pyromancer. Discard 1, 2. We drew 2 more lands. Not really what we're looking for. Ballista for 1, sure. So they're going to dump down my bird. Okay. Alright, so we'll have our Beseiju up. Okay, we also drew into a Force of Vigor. Not terrible. So I'll play out Foothills. We'll attack for 3. Then we'll pass the turn. Okay, second tower. Okay, so they are representing a Dismember from here. I'm going to fetch and get a... I guess we can just get a basic mountain. And I'm going to Beseiju down this power plant right now. Okay, so they definitely have a Dismember. They're representing that based on the way they tap their mana. We drew into a Geist. So I do think we have to get this Winota down. Just based on the chance that it does do what we want it to do. Alright, it's hitting. We're connecting here. Let's get a hit. Brick. That's brutal. Alright. Next turn we'll get 2 triggers. Next turn, if this swing connects next turn, we should have lethal. Okay, opponent plays a Temple. We know about a power plant in hand. Okay, we got there. 1-0. Ragavan off the top would have been really good too. Game 2, Modern League. Playing against, or this is match 2, not game 2. Currently 1-0, playing against Magical Hack 99. We're 1-0. Opening 7. I like this. I like it. We can do stuff. Opponent's playing first. We'll keep our 7. Unchecked Ragavan. is big game. So opponent leads on a Saga. We have a Boseiju here. Saga into Amulet. Okay. So they can do stuff and do stuff quickly. We have like a turn 3 kill potentially. So we'll see if we get there. Might not be a turn 3 kill. Yeah, it might be. This might be a turn 3 kill. We'll see if this is fast enough. So they don't have a blocker for this Ragavan. Okay, so this is regular old Amulet. So I think the line from here, I think we're going to play it slow. We'll let them get an Amulet, and then we'll dump one of their lands. Is that the move? Or do we just like work on our game plan? Do I hit this Dryad, swing for 2? Oh, Boseiju only costs 1 here. Okay, that's good to know. We'll hit. Exile to Cavern of Souls. So I think the line here, I think we're going to fetch for a Dryad Arbor and then try to kill them with 2 Winota triggers on their next turn and hope that that's good enough. There's a good chance we might just be dead, but we'll see. I really, really hope that they make a construct here. That would be great for us. Oh, they do. Ooh, okay. I don't know if they know what they're in for here. So if we hit double Geist, I wonder if that's good enough to just be game. So you're going to get 4 mana here. If they have something like an Explore, I guess they can cast a Titan this turn if they have Explore. Souza. Okay, so yeah, they can cast a Titan with that too. Let's see if they have the Titan. I guess there's a little bit of a flaw in my plan because if I do get... Yeah, I messed up. I should have cast the Voice of Resurgence out. That was stupid. Yeah, because if I get Dryad Arbor, I'm not going to be able to attack with it. Teleria West, sure. What did they get? Pact, okay. Yeah, my plan was flawed here. Unfortunate, okay. I don't think this is going to be good enough. It's probably still the best line we have available. So I'll go basic plains, red, Winota. Attack him with this Ragavan. See what we get off of it. Okay, yeah, that's a good one. So this gives us lethal next turn. And it's up to our opponent to kill us, to see the lines that they need to see and to get it done. They're going to have near infinite mana to do so, though. Okay, so Ragavan's going to die, sure. Take a hit for 6, they're down to 12. All right, opponent, do your thing. It'd be pretty funny if they didn't have another bounce land, but if they didn't, they would have just gotten an expedition map, I would imagine. Okay, there's the bounce land, 6 mana. Pretty sure we need them to mess something up here. Okay, you have four amulets. Don't think that's necessary, but be my guest. Primeval Titan, I imagine they get another Teleria West and a blue-green bounce land here. So look at another Titan. I mean, I imagine they can probably get at least two or 3 more Titans and give them all haste. Just kind of run this back over and over again. All right, I'm not going to make them click through this. They know, they see the line. All right, game 2. We're bringing in our Force of Vigors. We're going to bring in a Solitude, a Magus. I think the Cathar is fine. Liberator. I think that's it. So we'll bring in 6 cards. I think cards we're shaving. Rabblemaster seems pretty bad. Geist isn't great. I like Geist because of Evo, but outside of that, not ideal. I wonder if we just like leave in 1 Rabblemaster. It's a 2-drop, that's a 3-drop, that's a 3-drop, that's a 5-drop. Those are free. Yeah, I think maybe we keep in all of our Geists. Maybe Ragavan isn't great. They're not really pressuring. Maybe cut Ragavans in 1 Geist, go like this. Maybe the Cathar isn't great. All right, we'll see if we get the chance to do our thing. Okay, so we'll keep, I guess, yes, Ragavan, cast. Pass turn. Probably shave all the Ragavans on the draw. We'll see if they have a Grazer. No. Okay. Amulet, sure. Okay, so we'll start with an attack. See what this yields, and then we'll go from there. We hit a Vesuva. Okay, so we can go Voice of Resurgence and knock down the Amulet. I think. Or maybe I just hit the bounce land. Make it a white source. Play out Voice of Resurgence. A little tricky. I'm not sure what to do here. Do I hit the Amulet? Do I hit the bounce land? I think I'm going to hit the bounce land. This might be wrong, but I think it sets them back far enough. Okay. So they'll add a mana with the Vestige, and then they can't really do anything from there. Like this land will be back in their hand. They still have to bounce something. Still have 2 mana. Okay, Temple Garden doesn't really do anything. Leave with an attack. Hit for 4. Hit another land. We'll play out our Innkeeper. And do I want to cast? Play Temple Garden tapped. Alright, back to them. See what they got. So they can potentially go a little crazy this turn. There's the Vestige. So they got 3 mana. There's a Dryad, sure. For us, we want to draw into like a Force of Vigor now. Force of Vigor would be really good. Or a Winota would be great too. Okay, yeah, ask and you shall receive. So I think I'll lead by fetching. Get our basic forest here. As long as they don't have a Dismember, I think we're pretty good. Alright, they don't. 3 triggers. Yeah, that's a good one. Missed on the second one. And we'll hit the Geist on the third. Do I want a Geist? Yeah, I think I want a Geist, because this is just lethal if this hits. Gain 2 more life. I know they have to block. They have to block this Geist. And then they'll take 6, 10, 11. 6, 10, 11. Maybe the Cathar was just lethal if I got it. Alright, we got ourselves an Expedition map. We'll play that, no reason not to. It's a pretty good board. We'll see what they can do from here. Can you beat this board state? Quite a few chump blockers. We're at 23 life. Okay, they scoop. Nice. Game 3. So game 3 on the draw, I think we're going to pull Ragavans. Maybe? Bring in a Geist. Maybe we'll keep... I feel like Ragavan, like it still just has the possibility of just like hasty get in there. Like their deck is like all lands though. I think we'll go like this. All right, I don't think we can keep this. Opponent mulligans to 6, we're gonna join them. Oh, this hand is super slow. I don't think we can keep this either. I think we need like a Force of Vigor. Opponent keeps their 6, we're gonna mulligan to 5. All right, this is a little bit faster, we'll keep. And then I guess we go turn 1 Hierarch, turn 2 Pyromancer. No. Maybe we keep one of the Geists, go like this and hope that this is good enough. Turn 3 Winota. Turn 3 Winota hit for 2 triggers. Okay, Innkeeper actually not bad. So here, I guess we could also go turn 2 Magus. Maybe that's the move. Magus get it done. Explore, sure. Gardens, sure. Amulet, sure. Okay, so what do I do here? So I can go Innkeeper into Geist and then try to kill them next turn? Or I can go Magus, but that shuts me off of the rest of my hand. That's like a really slow game plan. So if I get 3 triggers next turn, I think there's a good chance we just win, but let me see. If they play a bounce land, so if they copy bounce land, that's 4 mana, they'll still be, they'll need like an Explorer or an Azusa. I think we're gonna take a little bit of a risk here. I think I'm gonna go Innkeeper. I'm gonna go Innkeeper into Geist, and then try to kill next turn. Turn 3 kill. All right, hopefully this is good enough. We shall see. It's kind of like a judgment call, like, do I play the slow game or the long game? I feel like this is just like, has a higher, much higher upside. Okay, they got 2 amulets, sure. Okay, you got 4 mana. But like, if they can't kill me this turn, I think we can just kill them on their turn. Okay, packed. Okay, we can also just get the Dryad, or the Magus, and then just cut them off of being able to. So this is 6 mana. Or maybe we're just dead, I don't know. We'll see if they play around a Magus of the Moon. Titan, yes. So 6, they can get another Titan. I'm gonna make them kill me. Yeah, maybe I messed up. Maybe I was supposed to get Magus. I don't know. Are they out of the blue lands? 1, 2. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, they can just, like, I suppose there's a chance if they have something in their hand. I don't know. Pack number 3, sure. So it's 8, 16, 24. I think we're pretty dead. Okay. Okay, we're gonna scoop it up. Or 1-1. All right, match 3, Modern League. We are currently 1-1 playing against Deceiver. They are going to be on the play. I think this is a keep. They've revealed a Giganta. I didn't see that, but that is it is relevant. play out a Ragavan, play our Temple Garden, we'll take 2, play out our Hierarch, and pass the turn. We are hoping this Hierarch survives, not counting on it though. And then if it doesn't, our hand is pretty bad. a lot of 3-drops and 4-drops here. If it does survive, it will be very, very good for us. Not optimistic though. All right, so this is looking like a Jund. This feels like a Wrenn and 6 coming down. And it starts with attack, we'll take 2. They hit another Ragavan, okay. Inquisition, be my guest. Take a 3-drop. Okay, pretty good. All right, that's not bad. Yes, we're gonna dash this guy. Ooh, 2 can play that game. So I guess the question is, do I Inquisition them, or do I just hold on to this treasure? And I think I hold on to this treasure. I think that's more important, hitting our 3rd land drop, so to speak. Like getting the Seasoned Pyromancer into play is going to be very important. They'll basically shut down their Ragavan. Okay, they hit a land off the top. Okay, Thoughtseize Pyromancer is going to go away. Play a Saga. Okay, so they're Jund Saga here. 3 Fable, sure. Okay, so if we pull land, which we did, we can get our Winota into play, which I think is pretty good. As long as they can't kill it. And then next turn we'll get at least 1 trigger off of it. They will have quite a bit of card selection though, going into this turn. They discard 2, Fable, and a Soul Guide Lantern. 1, 2, 3. So it's like a Liliana? No, can't be a Liliana. Thoughtseize. Take our Ragavan. Unfortunate. 1, 2, 3. Grist. Okay, that's pretty good. All right. Which one do you sacrifice? The Goblin? So you keep on churning with this this Ragavan here. A lot of value on their side of the board. Best draw for us from here is probably a Geist. That is not a Geist. I think we're probably dead, but we're gonna finish this one out. You can see, as we've seen many times before when playing with Yawgmoth, how poor Eldritch Evolution is against a card or a deck that has a lot of discard. This is kind of like the strategy they can take. Okay, they got 3 creatures plus the Grist, 4 creatures. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can really do from here. I'm gonna scoop it up. They got us. Game 2. Another Evo off the top. Okay, nice. All right, so what do we want? We're gonna bring in Force of Vigors. We're gonna bring in Endurance. We'll bring in our Liberator, our Veil of Summers. I think Lightning Bolt is actually probably okay too. We're gonna get rid of all of our Evos. So we're gonna be playing a little bit slower this game. Ragavan doesn't seem great. Either do our Mana Dorks. I think we're gonna shave on Hierarchs, Ragavans. We'll leave 2 Ragavans in, just in the chance that we can stick in maybe 1, just have like dash and an Innkeeper. I think we'll go with this. Rabble Master doesn't seem great either. Maybe I shave a Rabble and bring back in another Ragavan. Okay, game 2. We'll keep this. It's got good value in it. Opponent mulligans to 6. We'll just lead on a land, and we're gonna pass the turn here. We're gonna let them play into our Veil of Summer a little bit. Sure, Ragavan's fine. We'll fetch, and we'll get a Stomping Ground to start. And then I'll get a Temple Garden. We're gonna shock here. I'll play out a Geist, and we'll pass the turn. So, pretty good blocker for Ragavan. Opponent shocks, 2 mana, Tarmogoyf, sure. No big deal with that one. No attacks. 4 cards. We drew into a Winota. So we're gonna play out our Dryad Arbor. We're gonna play our Bird, and I think we're just gonna pass from here. We'll leave up our Veil of Summer, and then we have Winota next turn if we get the chance. And if not, Voice of Resurgence will be fine as well. Hopefully they point out black removal spell at one of our creatures. Fingers crossed. We're gonna let them hit for 1. We don't really care about this. They shock down 14. Feels like a Lightning Bolt, a Heat, sure. 1, 2, terminate, and we'll draw a card off that one. Yes, please. Another Winota. Not ideal. All right, Geist isn't great. Play out our Voice of Resurgence, and we'll pass the turn from here. It's strange, like the sequencing that they chose to take during that turn. The fact that they didn't do these things during combat to bump up their Tarmogoyf further. A little bit weird. A little odd. 2 cards. Okay, they attack for 3. We're gonna take a hit for 3. We don't really, once again, we don't really care too much about this. Another Tarmogoyf, sure. Land, please. Okay, got a land. All right, so Winota's coming into play. And from here, we're gonna attack with both of our creatures. Get 2 triggers, and we'll put a... So what's better, the Huntmaster? I think the Huntmaster gives us better blockers. Okay, and they scooped. We didn't even hit anything off the second one. I'm gonna bring in Solitude game 3. And maybe even the Cathar, maybe? Probably the Forge Tenders too, actually. I don't know why I didn't bring those in that game. Get rid of all the Ragavans. Maybe the Cathar. And get rid of Rabble Masters. We'll go with this. Tones on the play. Our opening 7. It's a little weak. I don't love the idea of mulliganing. I think we're going to keep this. I'm not super optimistic about this hand though. Hopefully this is good enough. Shadow Spear, okay. Yeah, we're cool with that. That's how you want to start. That's a really good draw. We'll shock to start with, and we'll play out our bird. If they cast out a Wrenn 6, we'll swing it down. So we'll be fine with that trade if that's what they do. It's a little messy for our mana with the Besage You and the Windswept Teeth because we want double red on turn 3. This feels like Wrenn 6, yes. Okay, we're happy to hit that down. So we're gonna have to cast out the Besage You, which is a little unfortunate because we do want to use it because they do have artifacts. Okay, that works. Yes. Geist, Wrenn 6. Peace. I love that sequence. It always feels so good when that happens. It's always a nice feeling. I think opponent has the same, no, different basic mountain than we have. Opponent's gonna get back a land, a Bloodstained Mire. Sure. No threats on their side of the table. We're gonna be taking a little bit of damage off of our land this turn. Okay, another, okay, we'll take that. I think that's actually what we're gonna be doing then. So we'll save ourselves some damage with our lands. We'll see if they bolt one of these guys down, in which case we're getting quite a bit of value. Double attack in. This feels like a bolt. Or do you want to just let it die? They're letting it die. Okay, cool. Good value for us. Play out our land past the turn. And so we're taking less damage off our lands now too. We can hold on to this Besage You. Tireless Tracker. Okay. Value. Okay, they got 2 clues. Inquisition, that's annoying. So that's going to hit our Pyromancer, unfortunately. But if we draw into a Winota, we don't have Evos in the deck, so if we draw into a Winota, our opponent might just be dead from here. Yield until next end step. Get our Sacred Foundry. So we have 2 of every color at this point. Alright, that is not a Winota. So we'll play out our Cathar. We'll steal that guy. We'll swing for 4. Play out another land. They didn't know about this land, but kind of just want to fetch and thin my deck a little bit more. We don't want to draw any more lands. They're going to bolt down the Cathar to start with, yes. Got the tracker back, play another land, get more value. Fable. Okay, so they're hellbent at this point. Fetch, and we'll put another Stomping Grounds into play. Another land. Not what we wanted. Okay, so we'll start with an attack for 4. Okay, they take it, we'll play out a land. Once again, they have perfect information. So we can put our Pyromancer tokens into play. Like, it's really like Winota or bust at this point. They keep their 1 card. Shadow Spear, sure. Clue, sure. Yeah, that doesn't matter to us. We have a Saga, sure. This doesn't really change anything. I think we're gonna make the mana efficient play here and get our Pyromancer tokens. And then we'll figure out what we want to do on our next turn with this Besage You. 6/8, sure. Winota. Okay. Yeah, more lands, not what we're looking for. Okay. So from here, we play out our Dryad Arbor. Got like 1 more turn to do stuff. I think we're just going to leave the team back this time. We might not even have a turn just because they might have some removal at this point. So we had an opportunity, but we did not draw into what we needed. There's another land, sure. Draw all the cards you want. Clue, draw a card, sure. Tireless Tracker's big, we know that. If they have something like Double Bolt, they'll just win. Attack with both of those. Okay. Block, we'll block. If they have like an Endurance, that will take us off 2 creatures, but don't think that matters too much. All right, Winota. I suppose a Geist Honored Monk would be pretty good too. 1, 2, 3. Grist, sure. Doesn't really change too much. Tarmogoyf into the graveyard. Okay, okay. We are in business. I would like to cast Winota, and I would like to declare attackers. Let me get to combat. Please. Please. 2 mana. Draw a card? Sure. Oh no, they draw Fatal Push. No Fatal Push. Terminate. Oh no! Oh no, they got us. They got us. So brutal. So brutal. Okay. 6, 8. Oh, we just got a pass. That's so brutal. I thought we had it. I thought we had it. So close. Oh man. That was the turning point. Yeah, they make a token. That's okay. Mishra's research desk, sure. Sacrifice the desk. Reveal a grist and a hearse. Sure. Play out the hearse. That doesn't matter. We still have an out with another Winota. Like nothing on play has trample, so minus kill something, sure. Kill a Geist, that doesn't matter. Don't care about that. Copy the construct. Block, sure. Alright. One more time. Winota. 3 left in 45 cards. Does that do anything? I think we're just dead, unfortunately. Alright, we're gonna scoop it up. We had a shot. That would have been nice. Alright, match 4. We are currently 1-2 playing against Zeus, Dace, Todes. They are on the play. They mulligan to 6. Our opening 7, 1 lander. They've revealed a Keruga. So the question is, do we lean on this 1 lander? Yeah, whatever. We're going to do it. We're in the 1-2 bracket. We're going to have some fun. If we can pull a land, this hand's actually pretty good. But if we can't, yes. Birds of Paradise. Like, we know they don't have any 1-drops or 2-drops. So they have a 3-drop to get rid of this. I guess they could have like a, split card. Yep, that does it. That does the job. They have 4 cards, up to 5 cards. Second land, they shock. So representing something like Fire Ice. Let me draw another 1-drop. Okay. Likely gonna die. Leyline Binding. That is not a 2-mana spell. Caverner Souls naming elementals. They have a Risen Reef. Going up to 3 cards. Land? Not a land. Okay, I'm gonna scoop. We'll play out 1 more turn here. I don't think our chances are very good from this point forward. Temple Garden. They're down to 13. Okay, kill our creature. Another Risen Reef. Okay, Keruga into hand. Sure. Okay, hit a land. No. Okay, I'm scooping. That's enough. I've seen enough. Okay. We're gonna bring in a Liberator. A Solitude, maybe? No. I'm bringing some Lightning Bolts. I don't know if they run Fury in this variation, but I'm going to assume they do and bring in the Forge Tenders. And I think I'll bring in 1 Force of Vigor. Cards I'm going to cut. I'm going to shave 1 Evo. I'm going to shave some Hierarchs. Shave an Innkeeper. Maybe I don't want bolts on the play. Maybe on the draw I bring in the bolts. We just go like hard in the paint. We'll go with this. All right, let's see if we have more than 1 land here. Nope. No, we do not. No, we do not. We will mulligan. Feels bad. Okay, this I can keep. We'll keep, and we will bottom. A lot of value in this hand. I think we bottomed the Geist and just go with this. Opponent keeps a 7-card hand. I'm going to fetch Shock to start with. We'll get our Stomping Ground. Yes. Play out a bird. Pass the turn. So next turn we'll get a hit in with the Ragavan, I'm guessing, because I'm imagining they're probably going to kill this bird. If they don't, we'll cast out our Rabble Master, I think. Nothing. Okay. They have 7 cards. Another Rabble Master. Okay. I'm going to get a Sacred Foundry. Yes. Rabble Master. I'd like to attack for 1, please. Now, if there's something like a Fury, we're in trouble. I suppose if we find another land, we'll be okay. It's going to be a binding. Sure. Hit the Rabble. Okay. Geist. Geist is fine. Rabble number 2. Quite a bit of pressure. Really want to pull land. If we pull land, we can dash in Ragavan and the Geist next turn. And then they're really on the clock. So imagine this is going to be a 3-drop Risen Reef. Fire Ice. Okay. Sure. Binding, hit our Rabblemaster, sure. Still got our Ragavan. Oh, what did we hit? Misty, okay. I yielded through the turn without even looking. Opponent plays out 8 planes, passes the turn. I really want to draw land here. Okay, we drew another Geist. So I think I'm going to play out the Geist, swing for 3, and then we'll play out the Ragavan post-combat. Sure, fire, no big deal. See if they have like an endurance or something. No. Ragavan, we'll just cast that out. Ragavan's getting bolted down. Sure. Got another one coming next turn. Risen Reef, pretty good. They have 1 card in hand. We're going to dash in this Ragavan. Okay, they're making the trade. We're fine with that. They're down to 6. So their best draw from here is like an Omnath. Our best draw from here is a land. Get this Pyromancer into play. They have a ton of lands, 1 card in hand. Not an Omnath. Put Keruga in hand, sure. Land drop, please. Another Pyromancer, not a land. Okay, we'll attack down to 3. This whole being stuck on 2 lands thing is pretty brutal. This is going to be a Keruga, they'll draw a card. This thing is a 5/4. They'll draw 3 cards, okay. They have 3 cards in hand. Hoping we're dodging a Solitude here. There's a land, what do you know? Play another Geist. They'll block with the Keruga. Dead gone, sure. Play out our land, pass the turn. They're debating whether or not they wanted to fetch there. They chose not to. This is an Omnath. We're in deep trouble. I think it is. Yep. So that's pretty game breaking there. They'll draw a card. They'll go 4 life. And this might be it. I suppose we can beat that though. Like if we do have, if we hit a Winota, we can still win from here. 2 cards. We'll add some mana. Seems like they're probably going to wipe our board from here. So we're pretty much on like a 1-turn clock from here. They're going to swing for 5. We're down to 11. And they have 12 in play. 1 card in hand. Okay. So we got blockers. It's a Hunt Master, sure. Does block whatever they're doing if we get the opportunity. Okay, no attacks. They have 2 cards. Another Pyromancer. I'll take that. Alright, Operation Dodge of Fury. This feels like another Solitude. Sure. Gain 2 life. Only has 1 card. Hellish Norn, sure. See what they have from here. Binding, that's fine. Like this doesn't change anything. We just need to pull our namesake and we win the game. So that's 6, 10, 15. So we'll block 5. Okay. Okay, Winota. Oh, this is so brutal. I'll play out a bird. I think we might just be pretty close to dead from here. So we're pretty much going to lose just about our entire board. If we can draw into a Winota, we can get 2 triggers off of it as long as they break on this draw step. Yeah, that does us in. Yeah. So we can bring back the Pyromancer, and then we have 4 blockers for 5 attackers. Okay. Guarantee next card's a Winota. Nope. No Winotas anywhere to be found. Match 5, Modern League. Winota. Blueberry, mango, combo. Not a very successful league up to this point. We rolled a 5. We'll be on the play against Little Me. See if we can finish this thing on a high note. High-ish. We'll keep this. Opponent reveals a Gigantha. We mulligan to 6. So I like the texture of this hand. I think it looks pretty good. I think we're going to start... We'll get our Ragavan out to start with here. Maybe we'll get our bird out. Bird's probably better. I think our mana's pretty good. I'm just going to get a basic here and preserve my life total. We'll pass. Opponent leads on a Spire Bluff into a Soul Scar Mage. Okay. Soul Scar Mage is pretty good against our deck. I'm going to play out... So the question is, do I want to dash or not? I think I'm going to dash this Ragavan in. There's a chance they have a pump spell. If they do, they'll eat this Ragavan, but we'll get a card out of their hand. We'll save us some damage. They're blocking. See if they have it. All right, we're just going to trade. Okay, they do have it. Mutagenic Growth, sure. So I'm going to play out this Heath. I'll pass the turn. So the hope is they don't kill this bird this turn, so we can Crucible into Winota. That's kind of what I want to do. Crucible next turn, Winota the following turn, if we're still alive. 1, 2. Okay, Sprite Dragon. So we got 2 turns. Okay, we're going to take a hit for 4, go down to 15. They have 2 cards in hand. We'll be up to 3 with the Bobble. We're gonna look at our top card, but we're gonna shuffle that away. I'm actually gonna get a Dryad Arbor here. Maybe not. Probably a Stomping Ground. Geist. Geist's not bad. Geist is a blocker. So I think I'm actually gonna play that out. And we'll hopefully get our Dryad Arbor here. And go crazy on the next turn. So my hope is my opponent taps out. 2 mana. Expressive Iteration, sure. Opponent has like, oh, that's brutal. The fact that they're playing that is so rough. That might be the difference between winning and losing here. The fact that they have Gut Shot in their deck. If they pay mana for it, we're okay with that. They don't. Oof. That is brutal. Sprite Dragon's getting very large. Gut Shot down the bird. That is so rough. They have 1 card left in hand. 5. Taking a big hit here. Basically, we need to hit a Geist Honored Monk on our next turn to have a chance to win this. Because we're going to need a blocker for the Sprite Dragon. We'll get our Sacred Foundry. Opponent's going to look at our top card. Okay. So cat's out of the bag what we're doing now. I wonder if we could just win from here. We'll get 1 trigger. 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can hit for potentially 8. No, I don't think we can win from here. Geist Honor Monk. Alright, we got 1. Opponent's going to take a hit for 8. And they're going to have 2 draw steps here. So I think there's a good chance we're dead, but fingers crossed we're not. Hopefully it's like land and 2 creatures or something like that. Okay, there's a creature. They have a lightning bolt, we're just dead. Assuming they pointed at the right thing. Okay, yeah, we're dead. Assuming, once again, that you're attacking me. Okay, they're up 1. It's been a brutal league, huh? Alright, post board, we'll bring in a Solitude. We're gonna bring in Endurances. Bring in Lightning Bolts. And bring in Forge Tenders. Whew. Boarding out. Ragavan seems pretty bad. As do our Mana Dorks. Seems like just like a rough matchup all around. Rabble Master seems pretty bad too. So we'll keep 1 Ragavan in. All right, we are on the play. See what we can cobble together here in this somewhat disastrous league. Can we get to a second win? I think this is a keep. Don't hate this. Lead Foothills and pass. So mana-wise, I want double red by turn 3, but I also want double green on turn 2. I don't know if we're going to be able to achieve that. Dragon's Rage, sure. Foothills. So Stomping Ground's kind of the foundation of what we're doing. So we'll start there. Another. Okay, so maybe we go start by fetching basic forest. I wish we could get the basic plains, but we can't. Maybe I just go. I think we're gonna take a hit here. I think we'll tap that wrong. We'll start with the Voice of Resurgence, or maybe the Innkeeper, and then I double spell next turn. Yeah, maybe I do that. Hoping to recoup some of that card disadvantage. Not card disadvantage, life loss. That's what I'm talking about. I've recorded quite a bit today. I'm trying to get ahead, so this is like my 10th match that I'm recording today, which is more than I normally do. Opponent leads, Swiftspear. Attacks for 1, sure. If you only have 1 land, I'm fine with that. If you have a Gut Shot, that would be unfortunate. No Gut Shot. Okay, Mutagenic Growth, I'm fine with that. It's a hit for 5. We'll braid into the graveyard. They're looking for a land, probably. We're down to 11. Okay, we can live with this. We drew into Winota, which is really interesting. And I think we take the opportunity and use it. We're gonna get a basic forest. Red, white, Winota. I'll gain a life off the Winota, and then we'll gain life off the triggers with this Innkeeper. As long as we hit something. Geist. All right, another Winota. And I think I want to keep the untapped one. So unfortunately, we won't be gaining life. So that didn't really work out too well. The hope was a Huntmaster or a Geist. Okay, fingers crossed Winota is still in play next turn. Like if they spend their turn maybe killing the Innkeeper, that would be okay too. If they're stuck on lands. Okay, no attacks. Really good for us. Dryad Arbor is okay. Without that Dryad Arbor, gain a life. Geist. And we're gonna have 2 triggers off Winota here. This is a Vapor Snare. It is. That sucks. Vapor Snag. And put a gut shot into the graveyard. Okay. I think we're fine with this. Turn 4, see if they found their second land. I don't think they did. Okay, Soulscar Mage, fine. And nothing. Alright. Can we lock it up from here? 1, 2, 3. Alright, so I think this is the line here. I think we Evo the Geist, get a Winota, get 3 triggers off of it. Okay, we'll get the Monk. A little unfortunate the Monk and the Hunt Master were both there. Alright, our opponent scooped. Would have gotten another Winota and then something else. Alright, game 3. Same thing. Okay, I can get on board with this. We'll keep. We don't have double green for turn 3, but if we don't, we can go Pyromancer instead. Keep our 7. Our opponent mulligan to 6. They mulligan to 5. We'll lean pretty hard on this Forge Tender. They mulligan to 4. Can we beat a 4-card hand from Prowess? We will see. With a pro-red creature in our hand. Okay, they're keeping a 4. Okay, Dragon's Rage. It's probably the card we're going to have the most trouble dealing with, so I'll lead Sacred Foundry, yes, into Forge Tender. Here we go. Turn 2 will get us a green-white land. Sprite Dragon. Okay, that's a good one. They have like a Bobble. All right, it's a good start. Soulscar Mage to the bottom or to the graveyard. We would love to draw like a Voice of Resurgent. That would be best case scenario. Hit for 2. Okay. Guys, not very good. All right, we'll just pass turn. See if this this Sprite Dragon can run us over. Happy to see them draw land. And I think we get green-white here. We're at 13 life. Another Evo, not great. Play this guy out. I think we'll be getting rid of Geist and an Evo probably. Okay. All right, so we have a Winota in play next turn with 3 triggers. All right, we're at 11. Voice of Resurgence. I'll pay 2 life. Evo away this Pyromancer. If they have something like a Spell Pierce, they could cut us off of this. That would be pretty bad. Get our Winota. This is a Vapor Snag. It is. Okay, a little annoying. What did they do? They put a card on top. All right. So we're going to be going down to 5. We're pretty close to dead. This is funny. This is a 4-card hand from them. They deal me 1. So their plan here is to lethal me. Put me down to 7. Card on top. 1 card in hand. Okay, we're going to Endurance, and we'll get rid of this Voice of Resurgence. They Vapor Snag. Okay. Strange. Not sure why they would do that. That's very strange. Like, the trigger still happens. I'll block there. I'll go down to 1. All right. Now can we kill? Winota is back. We'll swing with the team. 3 triggers. Let's go. Swing and a miss on the first. No. Geist on the second. Geist is kind of what we want. And a Geist, I think that's lethal. Yes, that's definitely lethal. All right, 2 and 3. We got there. All right, so we kind of already knew it, but this deck is an absolute blast to play. I don't know that this build of this deck is the best variation to be run. I could see going up on a land and then going back in the direction of green cards. Like Ragavan, it feels like every deck just has like a really good answer to Ragavan. It feels very fragile, very weak. Same thing with Rabble Master. Like, it synergizes well with Winota, but it's just like, it's just not at the power level of the format anymore. So I could see kind of shifting back towards version 1.0 as opposed to version 2.0. This deck, super, super fun. If you are running an FNM and just so happen to have a lot of the cards, I would highly recommend you play it just because it's a blast. Like, even if you have a losing record, swinging with a Winota and triggering like 3 or 4 times and just winning the game on that turn is like, it's the greatest feeling in the world. Like, your first child's born, you win the lottery, Winota with 4 triggers. Like, it's amazing. I'll probably run this again at some point. I'm going to switch it up again and see if we can find a configuration that's a little bit more consistent and a little bit more resilient. But Winota is a really powerful card, and the deck, I think it could potentially be good. We just got to figure out how to build it properly. So checking out. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Clinical Research, Blueberry Mango Combo version 2, and we'll see what version 3 has in store the next time we do this. Everybody, I'll catch you next time. If it's the weekend, have a great weekend. If it's the week, I hope your week continues to go well. You know the deal. Be well, everybody.